Thank you so much for doing this interview with me. The fact that we're doing this here at Nathan Phillips Square City Hall, I got you down here. This is during the Toronto International Film Festival 2018. I am very surprised because it's got to be super busy for you. How has it been so far being part of, I consider, one of the best film festivals on the planet?
Yeah, I mean, it's the best. You kind of can't beat it. There's, crowds of people that come from around the world, and the reception to the films has been so amazing. So it's been a really exciting week.
As we're speaking, a lot of people have had a chance to see a lot of great films and stuff. A lot of people have been here. A lot of celebrities have been here. But people should realize, even though we're, as we speak, counting down to the festival slowly ending, there's still lots more films to see, aren't there?
Yeah, and actually this is a great time to get out and see films because it gets a little bit more accessible on the back end. It's a little easier to get a ticket. So this is actually, film lovers should jump in now.
Okay, well, look, I know there are so many to talk about. We can't talk about all of them, but we will, of course, talk about the website that people can go on to get their information. But what are some of the Canadian films that you suggest that we should be out there seeing on these last few precious days?
Yeah, there's a couple actually that have both premiered, but both of them got standing ovations on their opening night, which is always exciting for us. One of them is called Splinters by veteran Canadian director Tom Fitzgerald. He's best known for his first film, The Hanging Garden, and has gone on to many other things over his very long career. We're really excited to have him back here with Splinters, which is a story about a girl who goes home to rural Nova Scotia, and she's a young woman. She's been out as a lesbian, and she goes for her father's funeral, and she's got a very traditional conservative mother, and she's keeping a secret from the family that she's secretly been dating a man for the past 2 years because she doesn't want to backpedal on all of the hard-won battles that she's had to have with her mother over her identity. So in a funny way, it's about fluid identity and maybe a very subversive take on a coming out story.
So great to hear, because a lead actress, what is her name again?
It's Sophia Banzak.
I had a chance to interview her about a month ago, and she was really excited about this film, so it's great to hear standing ovations on this. What's the other film that people are looking at too?
Well, there's another film called Roads in February by Catherine Jerkovic. This is a Discovery title. So she's a Montreal-based filmmaker, and she has made a beautiful film about, again, a young woman's journey down to Uruguay, which is her parents' home country, and she goes to reconnect with her grandmother after the death of her father. And so it's a really intimate, very beautiful and sumptuous film, and it's really about that time in your life where you're searching. It's sort of like another coming of age, but just so beautifully done, and we think Catherine is a talent to watch for sure.
Because we are looking at, things have been changing, women are more prominent these days, and some of the interviews and some of the films I've seen, there's a lot of women not just behind the camera, a lot more women in front of the camera, a lot more stories about women. Are we seeing more of that this time around?
Yeah, absolutely. We were so excited to have 40% of our Canadian lineup directed by women this year, and I think there's been a really important conversation happening about women behind the camera as well as telling women's stories, and I feel like we're seeing it in the work, and we're really excited to present it.
Can I throw one out there? I think it's Freaks.
Yes.
Can we still see that one? And folks who don't know anything about that, again, that's another kind of story that we're kind of talking about.
Yeah, Freaks was outstanding. This is kind of a genre-bending psychological sci-fi thriller, and it's about a young girl who is kind of lives as like sort of a shut-in with her father, who's really overprotective, and there is very specific reasons why. And then the film starts out as this very enclosed claustrophobic thing, and then once you discover the strange world outside of her door, when she finally decides to go out into the world, it becomes this whole new discovery and a really exciting genre-bending piece that got sold at the festival, and the two young directors are going to be a couple guys to watch. And
It got sold?
Yes, it did. Yeah.
I'm so happy for them. Look, folks need to go back to my website, Rudy Blair Entertainment Media, to see the interview that I did with the directors too, because they were hilarious, and it was so funny because the way they were describing it was almost like, you're going to love this.
Yeah, the premiere went up, the audience loved it. Their young lead is an absolute star in the making, and then that night there was an all-night bid auction on the film, and they emailed us the next morning and they said, this all-night auction thing, we heard about these things, we didn't believe it actually happened, but it happened to us and we love it, we're so happy. So they're going to get a theatrical release, which we're really excited about.
Okay, well, look, I know you got to get back to TIFF, but can you throw just a couple more names on some films that we should probably check out?
Yeah, I really want to mention Kingsway. This was actually the other film that got the standing ovation on this opening night. Another veteran director, Bruce Sweeney from Vancouver, and this is one of those hilarious but sort of tragic, dysfunctional family dramas, and really fantastic, very funny. It's one of the comedies that we have that we're really excited about. And then what else have we got on the tail end of the festival? Tonight is the world premiere of The Grizzlies, directed by Miranda DePontier, and this is a film about Inuit youth. A coach comes up there for the first time, can't believe the circumstances that Inuit youth live in, and he starts a lacrosse team, and it restores pride in the kids, and the Inuit youth on screen give some of the most moving and profound performances that I saw on screen this year.
And folks, again, go on Rudy Blair Entertainment Media. I had a chance to interview the director on that too, and yeah, it is a fantastic story, and just the way they filmed it, because I think it took 10 years to do or something like that.
Yeah, it was in development for 10 years, so it's been a long time. There's been Inuit producers involved in that project, so it's been a really fantastic collaboration.
Okay, like I said, I know you got more stuff you got to do, so look, to check out the rest of what's going on in this great festival, what's the website? Where do we go?
TIFF.net.
Thank you so much. Let's do this again next year, but right now, let's get to the movies.
Great. Thank you so much, Rudy.